Welcome back. You're watching 726 Harrison, right here in Harrison, Arkansas. We have Lynn Chandler and Tolisa Shatswell. You are here representing the Harrison School District, and you have the Early Childhood Program. Tell me what that is.
Special education is a mandate from the federal government, and school districts must provide services to children ages 3 through 21. So a lot of people are familiar with the school age program from age 5 to 21. They don't understand that or know that school districts also have to address the needs of children with delays that are ages 3 through 5.
Which I had no idea about that. So.
And so we've been in existence for several years, but we're still finding that a lot of parents in our community do not know what our services are, that those are free services, and that we stand ready and willing and able to work with their child and try to get them more prepared for kindergarten.
Because there's a lot, when a child goes to kindergarten, they have had to develop skills already in, like preschool can offer that, or they can at home, but some people, if they have a child with perhaps a disability, they may be a little bit lost as far as how to help that child.
Exactly. And we're finding a lot of that in the community. A lot of the doctors are now familiar with us and are referring kids, but we still have a lot of parents out there who are unfamiliar, and we want them to know that we're there and what we can do and what services we can provide. A lot of the children that we see are eligible for our services because they have developmental delays, which simply means they are behind in skill development. They haven't met those milestone markers for their age. We provide speech-language pathology services, occupational therapy, physical therapy. If they're in a licensed preschool or daycare in Harrison, we can go there and provide those services. If mom's a stay-at-home mom and is concerned about her child, they can bring them to our center. We have a therapy center where those things can be addressed.
But there's no in-home care?
No, we do not provide in-home care.
You have to have a facility that you go to.
They need to. We have had a few exceptions to that rule. We do have some children and have had in the past with some very serious immune compromised issues. And so we will work with the parent on that. But as a general rule, no, we do not go in the home.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, you mentioned you were a junior high teacher. How did you get involved with this early childhood program?
I've spent all of my teaching career in the special education field. And after 26 years in secondary, the chance to go to early childhood came open, and I decided to make a change. It was a difficult decision, to say the least, because I was so used to my big kids, but it has been an amazing adventure. And you see a lot of growth really quickly with the smaller children, sometimes that you don't see with the older kids. But I love them all, so it was a neat thing to do in my old age.
How about you, Tolisa? How did you get involved with?
Well, I've been in special education all of my years too, 30 years. The last 8 years, I actually worked for the Harrison School District ABC program, which was a preschool classroom. And when the opportunity came back to go into the early childhood special ed part, then I decided that that's what I needed to do as well. So it's kind of a new learning process for me. Been out of the special ed for a little while, so.
I think that being that first person that child comes may encounter and helping them through whatever their needs may be, it would be so rewarding, because you could see, as you mentioned, you see a change, and you see perhaps them grasp something that without this program they might be so far behind continually. I mean, you know, you've got that first chance to make an impact with them, and it's got to be very rewarding.
We really enjoy it. It is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to work with these little ones and see the progress, see the light come on, so to speak. Parents don't realize that kindergarten is now what first grade used to be.
It is.
So the skill set is such an advanced set that a lot of times these kids are way behind. You know, obviously we do see children that do have some serious disabilities, but not every child does. Sometimes it is just those delays, and they're significant enough to warrant some intervening services, and that's what we want to provide.
Do you seek these people out, or how do they find you? Are they
recommended,
or how, you know? I'm just concerned about the people out there that may say, well, how do I get involved with this?
Call us. 741-BEES-2337. We're there. We'd love to meet with parents. part of the federal mandate for special education, and particularly for us, is child find. We're supposed to do everything we can to try to help find those children and get our word out. We've ran ads in the Harrison Daily Times. We've in the past had an educational booth at the fair. This year we're going to ramp that up. We'll be at the district fair in the commercial side with an actual manned booth to meet parents. Parents can call us. They can come by and visit with us. Doctors refer to us. We are getting...
I'd say that's huge, too.
It is huge. And a lot of parents, because of the increase in autism spectrum disorders, a lot of our parents are being sent to Little Rock or to Springdale for testing. Now, while the autism part of that is a medical diagnosis, we can do a lot of the testing ahead of time and go ahead and be providing those services while they're waiting to get that diagnostic component. So a lot of the doctors are seeing that. We're getting a lot of referrals from UAMS and from Smeating Developmental Center now.
So you do have a certain amount of testing that will determine if they do have a learning disability.
We do screenings.
Yeah.
We do some screenings. We have a broad spectrum screen that shows if there's a cause for concern, and then based on that, then we can offer full-blown evaluations in those areas.
And I think this first line of defense, if you will, could be make or break a kid. I mean, to keep them from being behind the entire, in some instances, to keep them from being behind the entire course of their
It also
school.
can set the stage to where if they go into kindergarten and they still require services, that gap is already bridged for them.
Right.
So that they hit kindergarten with a team already in place that knows the child is ready to make educational efforts toward that child from day one of school.
You can plan all that.
We can plan all of that.
Now, is this funded by the school, or is it individual pay, or
No.
how's it work?
No.
How's all that work?
Because we're part of the school program. It's a free program. Schools have to, provide free and appropriate public education to children. And Harrison happens to be large enough to fund our own program. So if you're in the outlying areas, there are still available means, and we don't mind to share those with parents who have concerns that maybe live in the Valley District or Jasper, whatever. They can still call us, and we can put them in contact with the people they need. Because those services are there.
Now, the direct number, was that number you threw out, the direct number?
To us.
Okay, and it was, what is it?
741-2337.
And if you miss that and forget, then call the Harrison School District and they can direct you.
They sure can.
All right.
Well, thank you very,
Great
very
information.
much. Anything
Thank you
else
for
you
letting
want
us.
to throw out? Or?
No, we just love kids and, look forward to serving the needs of our community.
What a great way to
Thank
provide
you.
a service.
Exactly. Appreciate
Thank
you.
you for
Thank
letting
y'all
us
for
be
coming.
here.
Up next, we have Donna Bramer, and she's going to be here talking about the Taste of Home Cooking School that's coming up real soon, and we'll be on the phone with Jamie Dunn, which is one of the instructors, I think, that'll be there this year, and we'll do that. We'll get everything set up and do that in 2 minutes, and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
I'm hungry, so she's going to talk about food.